sân của mình đi.
Ngang nửa mét.
Nửa mét là cao đây luôn.
Well, here it is, the second day of my documentary on the new house, and no one's here. Looks really quiet. They've been here yesterday, but today everything's lined up neatly, but no one's around. Someone drying some clothes out here. We'll see what happens. It is a weekday, it's Friday, so there should be people here.
I can sleep late in the morning, even bothers our cats.
Mà nó tất cả ok. Hey! Is that chimkut or chimkut?
Chim cút.
Let me get a picture. Photo.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Lật cái bụng lên cho không quay, này lấy cái tay mình che cái bụng cho không quay được. Mời gan này ra cho không quay. Lấy cái tay che nó để nguyên vậy đi. Ngon tuyệt vời. Ngon.
Nước. Nước. Được.
Nước.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your name?
James.
Yeah.
James, yeah.
My name is Iho.
Hio? Nice to meet you.
I think today they'll pretty much be finished with scraping the debris out. Looks like they've got maybe 1 or 2 more loads to go. Here's how the construction next door is affecting us. About every day they poke a new hole in our wall. I know they'll fix it, but even so, are they going to repaint the wall or what? This is a mess. I'm not sure how long this is going to go on, but we're definitely getting some extra ventilation in here. It's just good that they left the excavator here and did it with that. It sure speeds things up. I've seen construction sites where they do it all by hand. I got an email asking me about these bare brick walls that line the streets here. It's kind of funny, but in Vietnam, people mostly don't finish the back sides of the houses unless they show from the street. Since ours is actually a little alley, they didn't finish the walls. It's kind of like an old western town in the movies, where you have the front of the building and if you look behind it, there's just some 2x4s holding it up. It's kind of the same principle. They're also moving in some materials. And these are some of the rebar baskets that'll be used to make the reinforcing beams for the house. They're already moving those in. So we're probably expecting the construction, the actual construction, to start pretty soon. I know they had a septic tank under that house too. I'm not sure how they're going to handle that. We'll see. Hopefully they handle it carefully. That could be a real environmental disaster on the street.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. Wow, cái này là cái tiếng gì biết nói không? Tiếng Anh nói như gió vậy đó, chỉ có tiếng Hồng thôi.
Okay.
Quanh này.
All right, hang on here. 1 second.
Chấm đi coi. Hai bên phải 2 cái luôn. Đừng quay con.
Oh.
Tráng đi uống nước cho. Tráng đi uống nước cho. Chưa hả? Không lên đi tốt rồi. Đâu đó còn không tồn nó đây á. Quay tới dưới vậy hả?
It's day 8. I didn't shoot much video today. They really weren't doing much. They worked on the foundation a little bit, but it was pretty much the same stuff as yesterday. Went over to meet a viewer today. Had a great time. His name's Ted, really nice fella, and we had a nice talk. Probably get together again soon. When I got home, it was about 3:30 and the guys had already knocked off. I talked to them for a few minutes, showed them the YouTube video that I made. They were all kind of excited about that, and they invited me to have a shot of wine and a little food. I joined them and it was kind of nice. So that's day 8. We'll see what they do tomorrow. Okay. I'll meet you over there. It's still day 8. We made it out to eat. The crew looks like it's having their wives and girlfriends over for dinner tonight under their tarp. So we decided we'd have our dinner out. We're at Ho Chi Minh. It's a little specialty place. They do noodles with squid and also with oysters. It's really good. I ordered Ho Chi Minh. That's the one with oysters. Which one did you order?
Ho Chi Minh đặc biệt.
And what's that?
Special. Oh, lots of stuffing.
That's stuff.
A lot of sound.
How?
How?
Okay, I'm having parsley.
You have parsley.
This one is Ho Chi Minh đặc biệt. I told you, stuff in it. Special. Put some lemon, chili, some veg, parsley, right?
Yeah, it's my turn to doctor mine up now. I like parsley in mine, but I also like lime. I'm going to put some lime in it. The one with oysters in it also has some shrimp and other stuff in it. It's pretty good. The Ho Chi Minh part is a real thin noodle. It's a rice noodle, and it's really good. Yeah, I'm shooting tonight with my cell phone, and for some reason I'm not getting good close focus. Don't know why. Technical glitch, I guess. But anyway, the food's good, and we're gonna stop now and enjoy it. This will probably be it for day 8. Tomorrow we'll see what the guys are doing out front. I'm sure it'll be interesting. Hopefully more interesting than today. They didn't do much today. Hey Rhea, did you enjoy your dinner?
Yeah, I enjoy my dinner.
Đấy nè, đấy.
There's been 2 of these little blue trucks, the 3-wheelers that came by today delivering stuff. These will be the first in hundreds of deliveries that these little trucks will make while this house is being built. That's the way things are done here. Things are delivered on those little trucks or on the back of motorbikes. So you'll see that throughout this video. Today they were delivering supplies, some scaffolding, and brick.
Quá bông lấy nè.
We're wrapping up the work on the septic tank today and starting to cut steel for the support beams. They can do a lot of this in advance, and it really makes the work go faster. We're also getting deliveries today, bricks, steel, wood, all kinds of things. So there'll be little blue trucks in and out all day. Things are moving along. It's going to really get busy later this week. while we were sleeping, they delivered steel, rocks, sand, a lot of stuff. All happened last night. We didn't even know it. Today they're working on the beams, and it looks like they're going to form up some of the uprights too.
Ở đây Vĩnh Lộc được lên mạng luôn là trực tiếp luôn.
Yeah.
We had a big rain this afternoon, but they still work. They got a lot done. You can see now they're headed up, going to the second floor. This little tent is where they rest at night. They keep somebody on the site all the time for security. I'm sure if there wasn't someone here all the time, that a lot of that construction material would disappear at night. They've been making up a lot of forms for the concrete, stacking them out in front of our door along with the bricks, but we can get in and out of the house. It's not really a problem. They're starting to put in the steel that's going to be used for the upright pillars. This is a lot of work. There's a lot of pillars going up, and of course it's going to be a pretty tall house, so there's going to be a lot of these done over the next few weeks. So after they finished for the day, they cleaned up the site and cleaned up in front of our house pretty nicely, so we're happy about that.
Đi nữa rồi. Rồi lên chứ ơi. Quay hoài ông nội. Đứng quay hoài.
They're really getting serious on day 4. They're putting bricks up. It's actually going to help us a lot because if they finish these walls, pretty soon it'll make our house a lot quieter. We won't hear so much construction noise. I think that's pretty great.
It's okay.
They're already about halfway up the height of our building. Probably by the end of the day, they'll be all the way up to our roof. Our house is only a 2-story, so it won't be long to get to that level.
I see. Ah, okay. Okay. So fast. Yeah. Wow.
bao cho mở mới thùng bay đứng nè.
You can see they're already putting forms up for the cross beams. They'll be pouring those soon. It's really a lot of progress. This is the second floor that'll go right on top of this. So in 3 weeks, they've done the foundation, the septic tank, and they're prepping the second floor to start construction on it.
Tom, let's go next door and see what they're doing at the new house.
Yeah, I hope it'll be my house.
Yeah, new material.
Ciao.
Oh yeah. Money. Oh, I don't think so. No actor.
Có gì anh nói về, có gì anh nói về không? Anh nói gì? Chúc anh ông cho tắm ổng chịu bớt chừng.
And of course, at the end of the day, we get more deliveries all the time. These little blue 3-wheel trucks, in and out all day. The little machine that the girl's using there roughs up the wire that they use while they're tying the steel together. It kind of adds the rebar effect to it of the rough surface to stick to the concrete good. They've got about half of the bracing up for the second floor, so I guess they'll start pouring it and doing the uprights from the second floor this next week. We'll see what happens in week 4. I talked to the owner today, and he actually said that he thinks that the project will be done in 3 months. That's pretty amazing. 3 floors and a ground floor. Wow.
Ray and I went to visit friends today, so we didn't get to stay around for all the construction work and all the noise. It was actually pretty nice. We had a good time with our friends, and when we came back, it was raining really hard. When we got home, the construction was taking a break, but it was still going on. So the rain didn't stop them. Hopefully by Monday, we'll get to see some of the second floor work. They've already got the braces up and the cross beams are being poured. So maybe by Monday we'll see that. Yesterday, I didn't think they were working. Their little tent was set up until noon, so I didn't think anything was going to go on yesterday at all. Actually, my video represents that. But in fact, they did. About 2 o'clock, the concrete pump people came and laid a pipe out to the street and brought in their concrete trucks and poured the beams for the second floor. So I was pretty much wrong on that. So the big truck delivers the concrete, and it's put inside this hopper right here and goes down the pipe all the way to the house. Had they done this in the typical way, mixing it in little batches and bringing it up in a bucket, it would have taken a long time to do this project. So I guess I was wrong about them being off work today. They just started late.
How is this construction affecting the cats?
Yeah, overall they've been pretty okay with it.
Good, good. I guess you get used to it after a while.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm not sure they're really used to it or not. But we try to keep them happy. They have little nooks and crannies where they can hide.
Yeah. Well, even at our place, if they're doing something upstairs and you get a bang, Yali's still not used to having noise in the apartment, and she'll just jump.
Yeah. Well, these guys, you know, they really are making some terrific loud noises, and when they're up on the second floor, of course, it hurts us, you know, so it's pretty loud. Let's go take a look and see what they're doing next door.
Okay.
See, they really made a lot of progress.
First floor here is going to have a pretty high ceiling.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, they, you know, I just can't believe how fast they've made this go up. See, that's the beams there for the second floor. This thing is going to be 3 floors on top of the ground floor. So, ba lao, right? Ba lao.
It's a good use of a drill. Sounds like a drill.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty amazing. They really work fast.
I don't think, though, that it would be easier working if you had the whole floor poured.
Yeah, probably so.
Instead of
You would.
having to walk over sheets of plywood.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to work with all the braces and things in the
Even
way.
one school that I taught at, when they moved to the new building, there was still, we had classes already, and there were still open spaces in the floors that hadn't been poured.
Yeah. All right.
The idea of an occupancy permit, they maybe have them, but they don't use them.
The guys have been really nice, though. You know, they really try to keep our front out here open, you know, so we don't have, only sometimes, you know, like when they had the big pipe running for the concrete pump and stuff that were kind of blocked in. But even then, when I told them we had to get out in 10 minutes, they came out and scooted the pipe.
Ok, sắp vô kia rồi.
Lên đây coi, tôi thấy Thanh ở dưới đây coi chú Mùi lên đây đi. Lên đây coi luôn vàng, mấy con vàng mấy gửi đem vô đây đi.
Còn vàng, còn vàng đó luôn đi. Còn chân mới chửi nè.
hả? Nhỏ nó mấy tuổi nè. Cộng 20 lá đó tôi đập.
Ray and I stopped in at Mequang Lan. Have some new hapsa and talked about the house. There's been a lot of deliveries all week. We had a heavy rainstorm which really knocked everything out for a few days, and we had a night pour. The concrete pumps came at night and poured concrete for the third floor. They poured concrete all night long, so the next day nobody worked. The third floor is going up, and by the end of the week they bricked the walls all the way up. So all of the walls are complete all the way to the third floor, which they call the second floor.
Thấy lạ quá.
Nước ngoài đâu có làm cái này đâu.
Nước ngoài có. Thấy Việt Nam mình làm.
Nước ngoài đâu có làm cái này, đâu có xây nhà đâu. Ở nhà gỗ.
Nhà gỗ.
Cái gì nữa?
Cái nhà gỗ mình nó nhà nó chỉ còn nó đẹp lắm. Cây này biết cái cây gì? Không biết cây gì.
Nhà đứng ông quay kìa má ngồi đó sao không quay được?
Không quay ra hả?
Không quay nãy giờ ông quay cái câu hoài à. Quay thằng mập đó đây chú.
Rồi cây này đứt đầu vậy cũng lấy nè. Không thấy. Đây mình có mấy hàng không? Lúc có mấy hàng chấm bon lại. Gõ cái này là chấm bon lại. Thôi được rồi. Thôi cái này chấm được kia.
Coi rồi.
We had a rain day too. It came down really hard. It actually came down so hard that it pushed water back into the floor drain of our bathroom. So there was some construction trash that covered up the outside drains, and it backed up into our house. So that wasn't good.
ra mới có thôi.
Ý anh nói tối hả?
Bây giờ á.
Bây giờ hả?
Thôi đỡ rồi, thôi để ở đây em đây em coi. Em coi rồi. Chỉ giọng này.
Cái đầu cột á.
Không ra đóng mà. Mấy mét rồi? Hả? Sao thuốc nó chạy rồi?
Bữa nay một la nghỉ chứ.
Good morning.
Kẽm dài á Hàng.
It was the fourth day that they pumped concrete at night, so they weren't there all day. And then at nighttime, the concrete pump showed up, and they pumped concrete all night long. It was pretty loud in our room, but we finally went to sleep.
Hey, your bike is winning. Look at lots of numbers. Yeah. I don't want.
Yeah?
Do you see it?
No. What are they doing?
House over there, they all working.
Oh, okay, yeah. These little guys here are cha lua. They're really good. They're kind of a sausage made from pork. They're really delicious, and they're real good for you too, because they're not loaded up with any kind of preservatives like a hot dog or anything like that. I've already opened this one, and you can see it's looks like this. They're just delicious and a great beer snack. Monday now. The video this time is going to be a little different than usual. Usually I go day by day through it, but this time the week was a little weird, so we're going to talk about it a little differently. The first 2 days it rained, Monday and Tuesday, and a lot got delivered, and the guys worked inside, and I really couldn't get out and shoot. On the third day, no one worked because that night they planned a concrete pour with the big concrete pump that we've seen in the previous video. So they came at about 8:30 or 9 o'clock and worked all night long. Boy, you talk about noisy. It was noisy all night. It's hard to sleep, but by about 3 or 4 in the morning, it was over, so we just slept late. On Thursday, it rained in the morning, so we didn't get much shooting done, but it stopped, and then later that afternoon, we went to visit one of our subscribers, Sam Papadopoulos. We went to Latte Mart and had coffee with Sam and his wife. It was really nice to see them, and it was great to see one of my subscribers in person. On Friday was a rainy day. It rained all day. The guys got a lot of work done inside the building, but I didn't get out to shoot. There were a lot of deliveries, a lot of rock, a lot of bricks, especially bricks. So that was really all that went on Friday. And like I said, we didn't get to shoot it. Saturday, there were a lot of deliveries. They delivered rock, they delivered sand, they delivered bricks. Quite a bit of stuff came in. It rained again. It's rained nearly every day. And so I shot a little bit when I could, but most of the time I was rained out. I think this is a real telling thing that I probably need to buy a GoPro. Most of the day, Saturday and Sunday, the guys worked. They actually came in on Sunday. They made a lot of progress on the construction this week. They actually got the final floor done. So that's the third floor, which we call the fourth floor. And they finished getting it done, and they bricked up most of it, so it's nearly finished. They also started removing some of the support posts inside, so pretty soon we should be able to get some video of the inside of the structure. Should be good. We'll get to see something a little different. You can actually see that there's going to be a balcony and a real nice area on the fourth floor. It's going to look great. I sure hope they let me up there to film. I'm looking forward to a pretty busy week this next week. It's already started out that way. I shot some video this morning of them putting steel on the roof. So there's going to be a lot of work done over there. Anyway, we'll follow their progress and see what they do. This week they moved tons of bricks in. They moved in scaffolding, they moved in an extra concrete mixer, a whole lot of steel, a lot of things. They're really going to be busy this week. Also, I saw a big stack of plaster. So I know that they're going to start plastering the outside of the building this week. If you guys haven't watched the whole series, you ought to go back and watch 1 through 6. Really interesting to see how they do it here. If you're not Vietnamese, you'll be really surprised. If you are Vietnamese, you know what's going on. But by and large, watching a house go up here is an interesting thing, especially when you follow it from beginning to end. I hope you guys will watch all the episodes of My Neighbor's New House. On the first day, Monday, they moved forms upstairs to pour the floors. Forms are about maybe 2 by 4 foot squares, and they took them up one at a time and used those to pour the floor. I think they were on floor number 3 and floor number 4. So that was pretty cool. Guys cut a bunch of steel too. I'm not sure exactly what it was used for. It's probably some kind of reinforcing in the floor, because the links they were cutting were similar to the links of those forms. So that was really Monday and Tuesday. Wasn't a whole lot going on. Mainly the same thing. Put the forms up, cut the steel, and move concrete upstairs. On Wednesday, scaffolding arrived, and I wasn't really sure what it was for, but it turns out they were going to go ahead and plaster the walls on the outside of the house. So the scaffolding was to do that. They also brought in a really fast hoist to take concrete up to the roof. It was pretty amazing. The thing's really quick. They moved in an extra mixer too. So they were using 2 mixers and the little hoist that, I mean, it's fast. Wait till you see the video on that. On Thursday, the bricks for the exterior of the house were pretty much finished. They were ready to start plastering. The scaffolds were going up and being put in place, and the guys were getting ready to spread that plaster over the walls. I'm going to tell you, some of the scaffolding was pretty scary. I don't think I'd be on it. My weight's about double what a Vietnamese weight is, and I'm not sure that that scaffold would hold me up. But you know, safety above all. And on Friday, they were plastering the side of the house that was away from us, so I couldn't really see it. Couldn't film over there. I walked around the block, and there's really no angle that I could get at to see what they were doing. So we'll wait and see what they do on the side that faces us, so we'll know what's going on. Late Friday, they did start plastering on the side where we could see it. I got a little bit of video of that, but I'll definitely shoot more of that on Saturday. Saturday, the whole side of the building was covered with people. There were 5 or 6 people up there doing plaster work. The amount of coverage that they did in just a few hours was pretty amazing. Every time I look at that scaffold, it just scares me to death. I hope they take it down pretty soon. I'm worried that it'll fall and some of those guys will fall into my bedroom upstairs.
Coi chừng cái thang á, ủ bạc xuống em chứ ơi, mua tới chứ ơi. Coi hồi dầu đặc quá ông Thuận, thấy nó đặc quá vậy.
Anyway, it's been a pretty busy week over there. Everything that they did was pretty amazing. They got a lot more done than I thought they would. The house isn't anywhere near complete, of course. They have emptied out the inside now. You can walk around inside. It's still dangerous to walk around because the floors aren't in everywhere. A lot of people have commented and congratulated us on our new house. Well, unfortunately, this isn't our new house. This is our neighbor's new house. But we got all the benefits. We track in sand, we track in mud, we track in water, all kinds of things from their construction project. We can't keep our house clean. It's just a total mess. Luckily, the upstairs has kind of been saved from it, but downstairs is just a total mess. Hopefully, by the time they get all the concrete poured and everything, it'll dry out a little bit outside and we can get our house cleaned up and back to normal. They did get the stairs poured. We have regular stairs going all the way up to the top floor now. So as soon as they get things cleaned up a little bit, I'll make my way up those stairs and we'll get some video from the various floors and some shots off the balconies so we can see what it looks like, what it's gonna look like. It should be pretty cool. Oh, well, a lot of stuff got done this week, and I think next week's gonna be a busy week too. So I'm really looking forward to filming it. We're here at the new house today. It's Sunday, and the guys have pretty much quit working today, but they did a lot this week, and so we're gonna go through and see what all they did. One thing I wanna ask you, see these little microphones? They're supposed to be discreet. Look at this, little tiny microphone. This is the windscreen for this microphone. Very discreet, huh? Let's go find a place to have some coffee or sit down or something, and we'll talk about this later. Monday and Tuesday, they started taking down the scaffolding they'd put up to plaster the exterior walls. And of course, one of the little blue trucks came and picked up the scaffolding. A lot of brick and sand deliveries this week, also mortar. They're doing the interior plastering now, and they kind of go at it a little bit differently than we probably would in the U.S. Also, something interesting to me is they don't do the electrical wiring and plumbing entirely before they do the finish out on the interior. They come back later, knock little troughs in the wall and put in the wires. It's a little different, a little backwards. But it seems to work for them and everything comes out okay. Our house is that way. It was built the same way that this one's being built, and it was built 20 years ago. Wednesday, we discovered that there was another big remodel going on our street, just 2 houses down across the street. They opened it up and started tearing everything down. So now we've got 2 construction projects instead of 1. Luckily, the little house down the street is just a total remodel. It's not a new construction, so we can get by. It's not nearly as disruptive as the big house. This week at the new house, a lot of stuff happened. A lot got done. They're plastering in the inside. They're putting up some interior walls. The balconies are starting to look finished with some doors and window frames in. There's a lot done. We had a lot this week too. We babysit some kittens for a friend. These little guys were abandoned and they were only about 5 days old when we got them. We also got our water meter buried in concrete. See this interesting little structure here? This is our water meter. When the meter reader came to read the meter the other day, he couldn't find it. It'd been buried by excess concrete and bricks and things. The guys built this little wall around it, and they're going to level the concrete around it so it won't get covered again. The meter reader will be pretty happy. He was kind of disturbed when he saw it buried. Our friend V left some kittens with us for a couple of nights while she had a small trip to make. So we babysit these little guys. We thought it was going to be easy, but we had to get up every 3 hours to take care of them. It's not as easy as it looks. They're pretty demanding. Can you believe that somebody just left these little kittens on the street with a bowl of dirty milk? It's pitiful. They're really cute though. We're glad we could be part of their life and help save their lives. They're nice little cats. Somebody's going to give them a good home and they'll have a nice place to stay here in Vietnam. Vee's interviewing some people now, and I think she's going to find somebody really good for them.
Còn nước tay vui.
Even the traffic noise in the background isn't so bad, but it's constant. I don't think there's anywhere you can shoot a video in Vietnam, or in Saigon, Vietnam at least, where the background noise isn't motorbikes. They're pretty pervasive. This little vendor cart just pulled up in front of the bank. I don't think he's here doing his banking. I think he's doing some selling. Looks like he's selling meh. That's the ingredient that Rhea uses for Saigon. Today I'm sitting on the steps at the bank, just kind of watching the traffic go by. Most of the time I like to shoot in the coffee shops because it's air conditioned and it's kind of comfortable. I can have a cappuccino and do my video. That's always good. But today I felt like sitting outside. It's a little cool today, and when it's this comfortable outside, it's nice to be out in the weather. This is a pretty convenient place to shoot too. I'm right by the ATM, so I can hit the ATM before I go home. I like watching traffic. Vietnam traffic is always unusual. You see about 500 traffic violations per hour, so it's fun. It's really kind of fun to watch. This street's the main street near our house. It's really busy, a lot of restaurants on it, a lot of businesses. There's traffic on this street all the time, but in the evenings it's pretty quiet. There's several karaoke places on this street, and it's always busy around them. During this week, the guys erected scaffolding on the inside. They used the old jack poles that they used to pour the concrete on the floors to create a scaffolding so they could get up and plaster the ceilings. I'm not sure this is the safest structure in the world, but it seemed to work for them.
It's Sunday, and we're going to talk about the end of the 9th and 10th week of the new house and our trip to get a new visa. Week 9 at the new house, most of the work was done inside. I've got a lot of video of it, or some video of it, and we'll look at it and see what everybody thinks, but mostly you won't see much change. Nearly all the work was done inside was electric and plumbing and things like that. There also was some plastering, finished plastering done, and they're making a lot of progress.
Our friend V was at the house, so we decided to go next door and check out the construction.
Yeah, just come on, take a look. We're going to just look at the new house, yeah. See, they make a lot of progress.
After a quick tour, we went back to the house where Rhea had coffee waiting for us. This vendor comes by several times a week to sell personal care items to the workers. She's got all kinds of stuff. Everything from nail clippers to combs. You name it, she's got it. The guys are busy today taking down jack poles and scaffolding from upstairs. They had a lot of material up there, and they're bringing it all down with their little hoist. The bricks they're unloading now are mostly used for interior walls. They're pretty much finished with the outside.
Ray and I flew out on the 10th to Kuala Lumpur, and we stayed at our favorite little hotel there, the Robertson. It's not so little, I think it has about 400 rooms, but we stayed there and did a little bit of running around town. We had 3 nights and 4 days there, so we went to the KL Eco Forest, and we went to the Botanical Gardens, and of course we had to hit our favorite little walking street and some really good restaurants and things. So overall, we had a pretty good time.
I didn't take any pictures at the airport or in the taxi or any of that stuff, because every travel film has it. I did take the wing shot though. That's an obligatory shot. You have to have it. And the clouds were real pretty, so here's the wing shot.
Seemed like most of our trip we spent eating. Boy, we ate a lot of stuff. Really good food there in Malaysia, and we certainly enjoyed it. I would have to say that for a foodie, that Malaysia is a good stop. Of course, Vietnam is a great stop too. The food here is just famous worldwide. It's delicious. But Malaysia absolutely has good food too.
What's your breakfast?
I haven't tried it yet, but man, it's got a lot of stuff in it.
What's in it?
Well, there's tofu and eggs and shrimp and noodles, which are kind of like spaghetti noodles. A boiled egg here that I'm just about to eat. There's a 7-Eleven, at least 2 coffee shops, a little store with a eating area in it, a place that has a buffet that's real reasonable and real good. It's a nice place. The coffee here is good too, and the prices are Vietnam style. It's kind of refreshing from the $3 and $4 coffee at Starbucks and places like that.
Kuala Lumpur was a little bit hazy and rainy a couple of days, but mostly it was okay. It was overcast the whole time, and so we didn't get a lot of blue skies in our video.
We're going to Echo Park today, and Rhea came down, forgot her camera and all her stuff, so we have to go back up. We'll make it over there though. We're going to try to make that and Botanical Garden in the same trip. If we can do it. It's Rhea showing off her photo skills here. There's a really strange thing going on here at the Echo Park. Every path we took goes uphill. I don't know how that works. Yes. I'll be careful. Wow, you're going to hit the vanishing point. It's like a bowling alley nearly.
Bamboo box, but I can't see bamboo at all. Where's the ridge?
I'm not sure the road. Came from that.
Ah, over there.
We meet up again here. Gotta stop meeting.
We are all lost.
If we continue, so the entrance, another one entrance.
Ah, it's different.
Yeah. I bet you can tell that we're pretty lost at this point. Even though there's 6 entrances to the park, I don't think there's any exits. This is like a little
Cottage.
area.
This is the kind of cable that they use in zip line or bungee. I like zip line. That is the guy always sitting, always resting.
These colorful parrots were at the end of our walk. We didn't really expect to see them. It was a nice treat.
If you're going to Kuala Lumpur, I'd certainly put the KL Eco Forest and the Botanical Gardens on my list. They're both really nice, really interesting. The Eco Forest has just huge trees all over the place, and you get just kilometers of paths through that place to wander around and see everything. I really enjoyed that. There's also some interesting suspension bridges and things like that in that park. It's right by the KL Tower too, so you're close to several attractions, including an aquarium. The botanical gardens is really nice too. It's beautifully kept, and you get to see more kinds of flowers and things than you can imagine. I saw things there that I've never seen before. So it's really interesting. They have an orchid garden there too, but it was closed during our visit. But next time we go to KL, we'll probably drop by there and see that too. I kind of like orchids.
Don't know what is this flower. It looks weird. Is this a flower? Huh? They look pretty.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, I always kind of wanted to be the dirty old man sitting on the park bench, and here I am. Well, I want to see your face. I don't want your face to be 1/8 of an inch high. You know, I'm going to tell you, giving Ray a camera proves one thing: that cameras should be licensed. You know, no reason to license guns, license cameras. She's an absolute nuisance with a camera. We stopped in here this morning for breakfast. Have martabak. It's a really good dish. We ate here the other night. It was really good, so we're going to try it again. Their sign says since 1992, and I can really understand why. This place is good, and the prices are incredible. That work? Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah. Well, it looks like typical for a mall. We're here in time for the big sale. You know, mall's a mall, so what can you say, right? So what did you think of this little mall? What's the name of this one? It's
Virginia Times Square.
okay. What did you think about this one?
It's so big, but when you go inside, it's so boring.
Yeah, the camera store in there was pretty nice. It had some good-looking used Sony cameras, pretty interesting. But overall, the whole mall looks like they imported China here, selling it here.
Yeah, I think so.
It's all Chinese products.
I think this mall is for locals.
Yeah, this seems like it. Definitely a local mall.
Yeah, for me it looks like it.
Yeah. You don't see as many tourists in this mall
No.
as you do over in Petronas. Anyway, we picked up a little coffee here at the mall and some French fries to snack on. About all they had. They were out of chicken nuggets, so we went with the fries. And I'll tell you, that Four Fingers crispy chicken is kind of creepy. Look at the little logo in the back with four fingers on it.
They left one finger in there.
Yeah, I'd be worried about ordering the chicken finger basket. How about you?
Yeah.
The people in Kuala Lumpur are really nice. We've just had a great time there every time we've gone there. And the people in Malaysia are really friendly. We haven't had a bad experience there yet. Everything's been good. Put something totally white on your, there you are. Yeah, your face looks green. But we got it. Huh?
Same like last time.
Yeah, same like last time. If you ask the people a question or you need help finding something, they're just very accommodating. I have to rate Kuala Lumpur as a #1 destination in Southeast Asia. I really like it. I think Rhea likes it too. When we got back into Saigon and got home, our cats were waiting for us at the door. Those little guys had eaten everything that we'd left out for them. Jeff had even come over and replenished their food on Tuesday and filled their food bowl, their dry food bowl, and given them both chicken and some chicken giblets and things. Pretty big quantity of stuff, but they'd eaten every bit of it. Pretty amazing. Those little guys were little vacuum cleaners. They really ate it all up. When we got home, they were definitely waiting for the food bowl to be filled. They're pretty cute, but I think cat loyalty pretty much lies with the food bowl. They did spend the evening upstairs in the bedroom. They don't usually do that, but after our trip they did. So maybe there's a little bit of loyalty there, I don't know. Now that we're back, we can see all of the work that they did on the new place. There's some really nice work being done on that house now. The finish out's looking really good. The house has been faced with, looks like a nice tile finish. That's going to be good. There's not going to be a lot of maintenance required on the outside. These guys have only been at it about 2.5 months, and it's amazing the amount of work that they got done in that period of time. There's a 4-story house going up next to us, and it has fully taken shape and is being finished out, and it's only been 2.5 months. They said 3 months to completion. I'm not sure they'll make it, but they're going to be darn close. He's cutting up some rebar. I'm not sure what for, but apparently they need it upstairs. There's another load of bricks going up somewhere. Here's the stairs going up to the second floor. Ciao. Hello. Yeah, by sin? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Huh? Can go? Đi lên đó, okay? Okay.
Okay.
Take a look at all the wires and things on these stairs. Definitely safety above all. Here we go with safety first again. Okay. This looks like a This is a big stainless water tank. They put these on the roofs around here. All of the houses have them. And a big balcony. The view from here is not much. Well, it is much. It's pretty bad. But it'll be better from the higher floors. Yeah, this is definitely a bedroom. Has the nice high ceilings like the rest of the house. These ceilings look, they're probably 10 feet, a little over 3 meters. All the electric conduits all been run inside the walls now, and they're ready to start putting in switch plates and lights and things like that. I'm not sure when that will start. This room already has its floor in it. It's a real nice ceramic tile floor. I like the large tiles like this. My house has all the little 1 foot square type tiles, and they're really not that nice looking. But boy, these are beautiful. This is a real common thing in Vietnamese houses. This little kind of a tube, really, made from concrete and bricks, will go all the way to the top of the house. It gives the whole house a ventilation too. So it's really kind of an interesting thing. My house has it, but since we air conditioned the rooms, we didn't really need it to go all the way. This one, phòng nhà vệ sinh.
Nhà vệ sinh.
Yeah, okay.
Cô ơi.
Yeah, nice. Top. I have a little bit of scaffolding left around here. They're still working up high, so you're going to see scaffolding in and around the location, but not everywhere anymore. Here's a heavy duty wire here. There's probably going to be an air con right here. Yeah, I'm not planning on going further upstairs today. I'll get up there later. There's still a lot of guys working up there. I don't want to get in the way. So we'll get up to the top pretty soon and check out the view from up there. It's going to be nice. There's a little balcony upstairs, a big balcony upstairs. It's going to look really good too. I'm kind of excited to see what the view looks like from out there. No rails on the stairs yet, but there's a little scaffolding to hang on to. There's the foreman. These ceilings are just amazing. Look at that. That's got to be what? 5 mét.
4.
Oh, 4 mét. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, well, I enjoyed getting in there and seeing that. We'll get some more up higher, but they're working up there now. I don't really want to disturb anybody while they're up there, so we'll probably do that next week. This tile here looks like it's the old house coming back, but it's actually fill dirt they're going to use to fill in some of the low spots around. This is the front gate. They've got the pillars up for that. Looks like they're bricking it in and going to mortar it so it's a nice smooth finish. He's doing a real clean job on that. Up here on the upper floors, they've already finished doing all the plastering on the balconies. Those will get railed once they're you know, once they're finished out. They don't leave them like that for sure. But you can see all the way up now that it's finished out. It looks really nice. I will say too that this is one of the nicest crew of people. They are so considerate and really take care of making sure we have access to our house and things like that. I haven't had any problems at all with them. They've been great. So the foreman said they've got a couple of more weeks on the house, but it looks like probably 3 or 4 more weeks to me. But I'm not sure, man. They really work fast. They're plastering in all the rooms, laying tile in all the rooms, so pretty much the flooring is in on the upper floors. I didn't go up there because it's a lot of stuff in the way and a lot of people up and down the stairs, and it's just too dangerous for me to be walking around there with a camera and a gimbal and stuff like that. We've got tile on the walls now. Looks like it goes all the way to the back. A lot of work is being done in the kitchen. They're using the kitchen area for sawing and such as that. So they're sawing tile and marble and granite and all kinds of things in there. The noise from all this stuff and the dust is just horrendous. In our house we have a cloud of dust, but over there it's even worse. The guys don't wear masks either, which kind of surprised me. The dust is pretty choking. Going to be the kitchen in here. They built in some countertops and support for countertops. Looks like it's going to be a really big kitchen. You can see here where the field that we saw outside, you can see where it is now. I better get out of here. It's a little dusty. I'll come back over later and try to take some more pictures. You guys have got to see this dump truck. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. The little truck must be 50 years old. I've never seen a motorcycle here any older than that one. It looks like one of the original Hondas. anyway, later today, I've got some other things to do, and I'm going to come back over here and shoot some more. And also, Ray and I are going to go out and do some shooting today. We've got some things to catch up on. Oh, xin chào. Okay, okay. Mix 5 phút, okay?
5 phút nữa lại. 5 phút, ok.
Yeah. On Saturday in week 11, the neighbors had an event too. So they put a big tent up in the middle of the street and put tables and chairs and had a get-together. I think it was a death anniversary celebration. That's kind of an unusual thing here that, of course, we don't do in the West. But they do this every year. I think it's for my neighbor Mote's grandmother. I really couldn't get a good answer. My Vietnamese wasn't good enough to understand exactly how they explained it to me. So I tried, but best I can understand, it was the death anniversary of Mr. Mote's grandmother. Every time they have something like that, they always wave me over to have a beer. They always want you to down 100% of the beer. Okay. So you drink a whole glass. It's sort of like a high school or college ritual. It's kind of unusual, but they do it. Even the grown-ups do it. They had a lot of beer, they had a lot of food, and a lot of karaoke. The next day they tore down the tents and everything was kind of back to normal. Not a bad deal. This is week 12 on the new house. A lot of stuff going on inside. They were starting to paint and starting to clean up. The plaster and the tiling and stuff like that. The big stuff's mostly done. There's a lot of finished work to be done yet. Also, there's a big surprise in this house, and I'll probably tell you about that in the next video. But you gotta see it, it's pretty amazing. This week, they were doing some granite work out in front. They were sizing it for cutting. They cut it inside, but outside they were measuring and getting it ready to cut. Later in the week, they were digging some holes. These holes were for part of the water system. I think they're going to put a pump in there, a pressure pump. They were digging the hole, and then later in the week they finished it out. Poured the cement for the whole patio area. So apparently that's what that hole was for, was part of the water system. More likely than not, next week they're going to have the front gates up. If they do that, it may be hard for me to get in. About midweek, they put a big pile of sand in the middle of the street and kind of ended my trips into the house over there. It was like a mountain. I'm just not going to climb over that stuff with all my camera equipment and everything. I thought I better leave that to the pros. I had to wait until they shuffled it all out of there before I could get in the house. I did get in the house after Friday and shot a little bit of stuff. They had poured the patio concrete and finished out the hole that was going to be used for part of the water system. On Friday, Ray and I headed over to the mall. They're having a Black Friday sale here, just like in the U.S. Black Friday's not really a tradition here, it's one they picked up from us. The Vietnamese are pretty good about having a sale for any reason to have a sale. So Black Friday worked out fine for them. They're gonna carry the sale through till December 1st, and we'll probably hit the mall once or twice during that time. I'm not sure if we're gonna buy anything. Rhea wanted some stuff, some clothes and things, and it's a good time to buy that because the clothes are mostly marked down half price. So anyway, we made it over there and had a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Our traditional Thanksgiving dinner was Pizza Hut. That's about as traditional as you could get over there. There's no turkey and dressing, not at the mall in Tân Phú. It's a big mall, but still not Western.
Look at the line.
Look at mine. It was pretty empty on the streets because everybody was in the mall. We didn't have much traffic at all. It was amazing. The streets were really empty. It was kind of surprising. It reminded me of Tet. We drove all the way from our house to the mall with very, very little traffic. But when we got to the mall, it was packed. The big part of the project this week was the gates in the front. It was pretty much has consumed the whole week. In the rest of the house, they're doing a little bit of tiling, finishing up on baseboards, a little painting, things like that. But the big job has been the gates, and they are some serious gates. Yeah, cover. You can see these guys fabricating and welding the gates together on site. They're not doing it in their factory or anything like that. They come out and do everything custom fit, so the final product is really, really precise. stairs have been all tiled and everything now, and I think that they are ready to put rails up pretty quick.
Hai thùng sơn màu của anh Lăng đủ không? Lăng quăng nước là được không?
13, 14 thùng.
Mà mình chưa tới 10 thùng sơn màu nó hao. Mà hỏi cái nhà nó như vậy mà anh dòm từ dưới lên trên thử coi.
We're still missing some things. We're missing balcony rails. We're missing stair rails. Some things like that. The kitchen area is not finished, but it's coming along. They're working on it every day. The painting's been going on pretty steadily. Every time I go in the house over there, they're scaffolding up and they're doing some painting. They're also getting some fixtures in the bathrooms put in. So we're definitely getting close. Yeah.
Nó hỏi dùng cái tường này lăn nước. Vừa lăn tốt xong nó qua vừa lăn nước xong một cái lăn này.
Good.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Tiếng rồi đó. Vậy đủ rồi. 7, 8 rồi.
I noticed today that the hole on the front entrance has a cover now, and it's been finished to match the rest of the tile. And so when it's installed, it probably won't even show, but it'll give good access to the pump system below. Well, here's the big surprise. This house has an elevator. As of yet, I don't know whether it's a people elevator or a dumbwaiter, but I'm kind of suspecting it's a dumbwaiter. It does go all the way to the top. rails that they put in the vent holes that runs from the top to the bottom of the house is not only going to serve as a vent hole, but it's also the elevator path. So pretty soon we should be seeing them put in some equipment for that. That'll be really interesting. More likely than not, they're going to start cleaning up this week. It's pretty messy over there still, and of course if you work in a dirty environment you're going to create problems. So I think that you'll see a big cleanup in week 14. They're getting ready to make this house work.
Not a bad looking setup. I like those rails. They're stainless, I think.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. My.
Cống tôn á,
Oh,
tôn chống thấm á, hai bên nhà.
Ah,
Giờ mua này đóng. Cầm 4 này lấy tấm tôn lên đó. Đo 25 chắc là 4 hết đi.
okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Come on.
Thank you. Come on.
Oh yeah. You gonna eat it? Ooh. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Có đi làm không?
Ah.
Có đi làm việc không?
Yeah.
Có đi dạy.
Over here? Yeah. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like I'm gonna make it up the stairs today. Let's take a look at the kitchen here. Incredibly small sink over there. But there's really no shortage of counter space in here. The counter space is huge. Also, I noticed that they were really generous with wall outlets, which is great. My house had a shortage of wall outlets, and I had to add wall outlets later. This is great. This is really unusual because, of course, in the old days, people didn't have as many appliances as they do now. The bathroom fixtures are pretty much in. And they're starting to hang the little convenience items on the walls. The mirrors are in. It looks good. Hey, there I am. You're not supposed to do that. Photographers are supposed to know better than to shoot like that. So anyway, I'll move over here so I'm not in the picture. Also, there's water probably for filling buckets and things like that that's under the stairwell. That's pretty convenient too, and there's a floor drain right by it. So I think that's pretty cool. Now here's something that's kind of interesting. They're putting in a solar water heater. That's pretty cool. I don't think hot water is a big issue here in town. Our water's always hot. We just have a tank on the roof. But this is really nice.
But a lot of narrow counter space. Yeah. We'll go upstairs and take a look. You have to take a breath when you go up these stairs. This thing is really high. Look, here's another setup of bedrooms with a bath. It looks like the dumbwaiter's going to make it through here. Here's the other bedroom. It doesn't have a bath, but it does have a balcony. They put up ceiling fans too, like toys. Kind of strange. I probably could have picked nicer ceiling fans. Here we go. This is the third floor, which in American talk, this would be this is the second floor here. We'd call it the third floor. Now here's another bedroom. And I don't know what this is, but it's a separate little room. I don't think it's a closet because they don't do that. They usually use cabinet type closets in Vietnam. This is the top floor. Looks like we have a balcony here on the back. This one will probably be where all of their water and the top of the elevator, things like that. Kind of a service area. Boy, look at the view. This is pretty amazing. The little massage place over there. Haven't been in that one. Rhea doesn't really think I should be in there. That's the new house. We're gonna go down it. I forgot to close the door up here. This is kind of interesting. We have a skylight here over the stairs. Be careful, the stairs are still a little dusty and slippery. Take a look down there. It's a long way down. Yeah, this is one big house. It's like 6 bedrooms.
Overall though, I was kind of surprised at the finish out in this house. It really looks like it's going to be a room for rent or a rental instead of one that's somebody's primary residence. It doesn't look like they put the money into the finish out and things that you'd see in someone's primary residence, especially considering what they spent on this lot. I'm kind of surprised. The guys have really done a nice job on it though. I better get out of here. They're about to spray paint. It does look good. Better get out of here before I get my lens sprayed. Well, this kind of concludes week 14. Week 14's been pretty busy. They've been cleaning up, getting the house ready. It's nearly a wrap, I think. The only things left are really small stuff. I think the dumbwaiter still needs to be put in, some things like that. But overall, it's done. I'm not sure when they'll occupy the house. I'm guessing maybe the house will be ready to deliver in another week or maybe 10 days. I'm going to try to make a summary video that shows all the weeks and the progress from start to finish. I'll probably have that out after the last video in the series. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I really enjoyed doing it. So if you have enjoyed the videos, why don't you like and subscribe? I'd really appreciate that. This is JR, the Expat in Saigon, saying thank y'all for watching.